You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Cardi B and Bernie Sanders has been, in fact, Bernie Sanders was on her Instagram Live today, and I just got to just show y'all. If y'all can listen, y'all can watch this with even like the sound down and probably say, what the hell was happening? So, roll it.
Oh, my goodness.
Hold on. I'm waiting. Uncle Bernie! People, we got Uncle Bernie in my life. Uncle Bernie, how you doing?
I'm good, Cardi. I want you to take a look at my nails. How they looking?
They're looking very quarantined. I could tell you've been on quarantine for a while now with your nails, but you know what? It's okay, Uncle Bernie.
Okay.
So
how you been?
Bernie, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody told you, but the last time I got on live, I had a fit because I was so hurt and upset that you dropped out of the race and everything. And I was upset because, I be looking on Twitter and I be looking on my Instagram, and I know that there's so much people, like the youth, supports you so much. I know they support you so much. So, when I see that you dropped out of the race and everything, I kind of know why, because it's so expensive. It's very expensive to run a campaign, and when things are not going, the way that you want it to go, it's just like, hey, let me just drop it right now before we spend money on other things. And I was really upset because I keep telling the youth, and I keep telling my people and my supporters, like, it's like, you guys really have to go and vote. And now we are now we're stuck between 45. We won't name them over here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to name them over here. So now we have 45 and Joe Biden. And me, since I've been so on you and so focused on you, I haven't really.
All right. That combo Teresa, is something interesting.
It's Uncle Bernie. It's Uncle Bernie. Everybody loves Uncle Bernie. We love our seniors.
And he's like, Cardi, how are my nails? Okay, I'm done.
Everybody loves Uncle Bernie. I think one thing about millennials, we do love our seniors. We love the old folk tales. We love the stories. We love the experience. So I don't see how this is like a mixed relationship here. I think it's a whole bunch of old wisdom mixed with new wisdom from Cardi's standpoint. But again, like even in the live, she had about 125,000.
No, it was more than 130,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even think about that.
Between
right?
her followers and his followers, yeah.
So think about that, right? And so that number alone just tells you how much of an influence and a powerhouse.
We keep losing Teresa signal. Erica, that combo is interesting. But look, she makes a point, which I said. She said, look, young folks, y'all didn't vote. Don't be sitting here complaining and whining on Twitter and Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram that Bernie dropped out. The young vote did not turn out the way Bernie Sanders thought they were going to, and he needed them to.
Right. And also, Roland, it traditionally has not. That's the other piece, too. That has been a very, very tough demographic. When we look back, the 60s, the 70s, when we look back at those numbers, that's been a very tough demographic to capture. So what Cardi is doing, I'm hoping that other people will follow suit in this vein, that there will be a real conversation to be had around what it means to actually engage the vote. Because I remember back in 2015, 2016, coming up to the general election, you had people that were utilizing their platforms to say, well, don't vote top of the ticket, or I'm not voting. And these were people with amazing platforms, with huge influence. And so here we are now, not saying that it was all on them, but they did have a hand in it. So when people of influence, celebrities, and folks like that are using their platforms, particularly when they have millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, to be able to say, well, listen, this is what needs to be done. We need you to vote top of the ticket. And like Scott asked the question, if you're not voting for whoever is the Democratic person at top of the ticket, like who are you voting for? If you're not voting for Joe Biden, then who are you voting for? And if you call yourself a Democrat, an independent, or somebody who is resisting this current regime. So there is a responsibility to those platforms, and kudos to Cardi for using hers in a way to help really engage her followers. And I'm really hoping that other people will follow suit as well, because this is not an election of feelings. The Bernie bros and that whole right wing of folks have really been able to get away with bratty behavior for several years, had these sympathetic pieces that were written all the way up until the delegates were being counted and moving for Biden. So really hoping that people will not vote their feelings and really vote in the interest of democracy.
It's very interesting, Scott. So I was sitting here looking on over here on YouTube. Let me find the comment. So there was a guy, Morris Whitaker says, our serious black news, Roland, that was a waste of time. I assume he's talking about the Cardi B. But see, this is where Morris is wrong. Morris is wrong because Cardi B's got about 60 million followers on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Okay? If she does an interview with Senator Bernie Sanders, if she does one with Vice President Joe Biden, if Diddy or Janet Jackson or Beyonce, I mean, I can go down the line.
Yeah, but they're not.
No. Follow me here.
They're far more serious.
No. It doesn't matter. No, here's the deal, though. Let me be real clear. We make a serious mistake dismissing Cardi B. I have listened to Cardi B is a voter. She's somebody also with an opinion. I've listened to a number of her videos talking about what's happening out here in the world tied to politics. I'm not going to dismiss her because you know what? There are other Cardi B's out there who are not rappers. There are individuals. No, Scott, let me finish. It's not maybe. It is. And I think what you have to do is, as opposed to looking at the hair, the breasts, the nails, and all of this. No. Scott, that's all you see. I'm not asking you to see it. I'm asking you to listen to what she's saying, Scott.
And that's what I'm saying. I can't get past it.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Scott, this is how you do it. Turn your head and just listen. That's all you got to do. I'm telling you. But if we don't learn, look, I can tell you because it actually happens to me. I can tell you Ludacris, Michael Bivins, numerous other artists, I get phone calls saying, hey, Ro, I don't really understand this thing. Can you break it down to me? Yeah, I can. No problem. Hey, man, we hit this city. They protesting. Should we say something on stage? Here's the whole deal. If we don't use our knowledge and expertise and pour into them and bring them along, then they're sitting out here with major platforms being unused and untapped.
Now, you went from listening to Cardi B with her blue hair and 5-inch nails and her 60 million followers to now saying we need to, and you compared her to these other very serious artists who have a history of political activism. I don't have a problem with Cardi B. My daughters love Cardi B. What I'm saying is, though, if two things. If I'm going to take her seriously, then let's have a serious conversation with Bernie Sanders. You put it on your show. The caller said you didn't even know what that was, and it became a lighthearted piece as opposed to the serious
that was the
that
intro. That was the intro to when they first came on, and they had a very interesting conversation.
Okay.
The point.
Let me make my second point.
Go ahead.
Let me make my second point. None of this matters, Roland.
Yes, it does.
Unless Biden. How can I finish? My goodness. None of this matters.
It does.
None of it matters if Biden and Bernie Sanders cannot harness it and be task-oriented with Cardi B and every other, the sports figures, political figures, in bringing them together, giving them something to do with real deliverables versus promotional spots that you're going to run on your show, because the race is that serious. So I got no problem. If she gets 60 million people to vote for Biden in this race, or whoever's of voting age, let's say half of those are voting age, then God bless her, and I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with her personally, but this is serious business.
No,
and you got to put serious videos on your show.
First of all, the video that I put on was the intro to their conversation.
You shouldn't have done that. You should have got into the serious part of it.
Well, guess what? You get your own show, put video you want to put on, but I put on what the hell I want to put on. But the point I'm making is this. The point I'm making here, and y'all let me know when Teresa's phone is acting properly. The point I'm making here is if you ignore, if you sit here and get sidetracked by all the hair, the nails. No. Here's the deal, though. See, again, though, that's the mistake you're making.
That's not a mistake.
It's a huge mistake.
Presenting.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's a mistake.
That is exactly what she's
It's a mistake you make, because she ain't talking to you.
I'm listening to her.
You sit You and your blue suit. Your blue suit and your button shirt and your little flower on your lapel. She ain't talking to you. Here's the deal. Ella Baker.
So you're gonna criticize me?
Ella Baker, one of our greatest organizers, who went from the continuum of movements, progressive movements in New York, to the NAACP, to SCLC, to SNCC, and beyond.
I know the woman.
Hold up. Ella Baker told SNCC workers this: when you go and talk to those sharecroppers, take your college clothes off and put on some overalls.
Yes.
She then said, don't go to them telling them what they need.
Yeah.
Ask them, what do they want? Thirdly, she said, and you can read Barbara Ransby's book on Ella Baker. She then said, they not gonna have your education. They may at best gotten past the 6th grade. She said, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. They smart as hell and know what they want. Now, I could sit here and I can question Cardi B's language, and I can say subject, verb, disagreement, agreement. I can say whatever. I can go through all that I want to.
Exactly.
But here's what I do know. I would rather have a Cardi B subject, verb disagreement talking politics than having an entertainer with a major reach not saying a damn thing. And so what I'm saying is,
it's a false comparison.
No, it's not a false comparison. What I'm arguing is what those of us who are politically astute should do is not look down on a Cardi B, not dismiss a Cardi B, Erica. What we should be doing is saying, sister, let me holler at you and feature some more and feature some more. And as somebody who has interacted with numerous entertainers, I'm telling you, we can do better if we willing to engage them. Erica, go ahead.
Absolutely. And I've said on that show before, you know, in talking to trap boys, trap girls, those are communities as well. And talking at people and not giving people the opportunity that we have in these discussions that we have to be invited to the table, or even that they don't necessarily need to be invited, right? They're citizens of this country. They should be engaged in democracy. So, and then Scott, her hair was purple. It was not blue. So for Cardi to have these conversations with a Senator Bernie Sanders, she is actually working. She's not on anyone's payroll. She actually is working. She has a platform. She has people that whenever they see that she's going live, they're going to engage. And we don't know who in that audience has not ever listened to politics, has not paid attention to it, has really kind of followed the mantra of they don't really care about us. It doesn't matter. That's actually began to lean into politics. And so when we start talking about those more serious conversations, then enter Roland Martin, then enter a Scott Bolden, then enter a Teresa Lundy, then enter a Erica Savage Wilson to really to really teach about the mechanics of it, but that she on her own accord is using her lived experience, someone who has grown up in one of the toughest boroughs, the Bronx, right, to talk about what she's experienced and then say that these are things that I absolutely don't understand. And this is a young woman, a young married woman with a child that's in her 20s that could really be spending this time doing whatever in the hell else that she wants to do. She could be expanding her music portfolio.
And in
There's
fact,
so many different things
hold up. Teresa's back. Hold on, Scott.
And her following
Scott, put a sock in it. Scott, put a sock in it. Teresa's back. Teresa, go ahead and weigh in.
You know what? Erica has so many great points. So here's one of the finalized.
You too?
Yes, us too. So here's the thing, right? So part of the nuance of government and politics is accepting the new age of engagement, of which our older generation hasn't really been receptive to us. They wait until, here's one thing about Cardi B that I really love. She made it a non-negotiable to talk about her political or her neighborhood, where she grew up, who she is, how she, had to fend from the polls to the hood streets, into the music studio, right? And I think a lot of us, especially millennials and Generation Z, can relate to the hustle, can relate to the mantra of, listen, I know my voice needs to be heard, but it's not going to just be heard in music. You're going to hear it on the platform as I'm, coming out to an audience of thousands of people, and I'm blessing them with my entertainment. But we're not going to ignore, once you leave out of this 3-hour concert, of what's going on outside. And I think a lot of them need to take a direct approach, because especially since we have these social media platforms that literally didn't come out overnight, but they came out, heavy in force. And people, we are now dealing with a TikTok. I don't know if you guys know what TikTok is, but the TikTok platform is it's short, it's sweet, it's video, it's cutting, right?
Yeah,
and
but Teresa, all I'm saying is, if you put her to work, is she going to campaign? It's easy to do a video.
We don't.
And young
she
people,
is campaigning.
Her 60 million.
Actually, Scott, hold up. Actually, Scott, your point. Actually, Scott,
60 million to her advantage.
Scott, right? She's using it to her damn advantage.
She's campaigning.
An interview that sounds so silly.
Like, what the hell? All right, hold up. See, right there. See, this is what happened. This is what happens when you a Kappa.
No,
and you don't fully think through stuff. So I'm gonna shut now. Hold up. So all right, well get past this. Anthony, go to my iPad.
How many times has Cardi B voted? Tell me.
I heard that you are endorsing now Joe Biden, and we're really now in the matrix. It's either Joe Biden or Trump. And one thing is, a lot of people like the youth, they don't really rock with Joe Biden because he's conservative. But the thing is that, I think Obama, right? I think Obama did like a smart move when he picked Joe Biden as his vice president, because that's how he got the conservative vote. And just because there's so many people that are liberal like me and are a little bit more open with things, a lot of these states are not. So I think that's why, Obama had Biden as vice president, and now he's endorsing him, and we're very excited to see that. I'm very excited, and I'm excited too that you are endorsing Joe Biden. And I will want you to tell my platform, why are you endorsing him? Like, why should we vote for him?
Well,
and how can we spread for us to vote for Joe Biden?
Okay. First point is that when I announced that I was running for president, and there were like 18 people running, what I said is, if I don't win, and I tried hard to win, I will endorse the Democrat who wins, because Donald Trump is, to my mind, the most dangerous president in the modern history of America.
Anthony, come back. So now that will hold up. One second. Hold up. That was a total the total time the interview, I think it was around 10 plus so minutes. Bernie, if folks out there, you can go, if you go to Bernie Sanders' Twitter feed, I think also his Instagram channel, you actually see the full video of that conversation. But Scott, go ahead.
You should have run that video and only that video, because that does have a sound bites of serious political rhetoric.
I ran
and
both.
Bernie is talking.
I ran both.
The intro was just nonsensical.
The intro was the damn intro.
It
Didn't
doesn't
run that
matter.
I mean, that's
Scott.
stupid. I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid to whine about the intro when it was the intro. Bernie was excited. She was excited. Hell, I thought it was cute. Here's what I'm happy about.
Well,
I'm actually happy. I'm actually happy to see that when she says, "You please tell my platform, my followers, why you endorsing Joe Biden."
I agree.
Now, but see,
but
if you bitch and moan about her hair, her nails, and how she talk, people like her may say, you know what? I don't even want any of this. Well, guess what, Scott? The serious come with the playful, and the playful come with the serious. But guess what, Scott? You can't campaign right now when you can't have no rallies. You can't go door to door. You can't do any concerts.
We got 7 months.
So you gotta do digital. You gotta do digital. So guess what? In the place of rallies, in the place of door-to-door contact, in the place of concerts, you better have a digital outreach plan. And I hope to see Cardi B talk to Joe Biden. I hope to see Rihanna do it, others as well. But I believe those of us, we make a mistake being older African Americans who are so arrogant and dismissive of young folk who are entertainers that we don't know how to talk to them, work with them, get them up to speed. And I'm saying, as somebody who's done it, I've seen the value. And guess what, Scott? If it was me or you, they're going to have a better
percentages are in the
and guess what? They gonna call me before they call you, because I'm willing to actually talk to them.
It's your show.
Well, first of all, they ain't gonna call you. They don't know who the hell you are. So let's just go ahead and say that. They don't even know.
That may be the case.
Right, but what I'm saying is, we gotta work with them. We gotta stop whining, and we gotta say, you know what? I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna bring you up to speed. Let me break it down for you. And too many of us don't do it. We don't spend the time to do it. Every single night, we've got some of the top black experts. You're not gonna see them on cable news or broadcast news, because you swear black people aren't experts when it comes to this health crisis. That's why we have this show and why we do what we do every day on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Joining us right now is retired General Russell Honore, the nation's first black Surgeon General, Dr. Joycelyn Eldridge. John Hope Bryant, he is the founder of Operation Hope. Senator Kamala Harris of California, Dr. Sadrina Calder, retired General Lloyd Austin, Congresswoman Karen Bass, Commissioner Omari Hardick, Bureau President in Brooklyn, Eric Adams, Dr. Joseph Graves, America's Wealth Coach, Deborah Owens, Dr. Corey Abear, Patel Saul, Howard University student, Pastor Jamal Bryant, Dr. Christy McDowell, Benja Ajilore, Senior Economist at the Center for American Progress, Gilda Daniels, again, author of the book, The Crisis of Voter Suppression in America. 4 stars, General Kip Ward. Dr. Oliver Brooks is President of the National Medical Association, President of the American Medical Association, Dr. Patrice Harris. Joby Benjamin, Dr. Alexia Gaffney, Infectious Disease Specialist, Dr. Georges Benjamin, Executive Director of the American Public Health Association, Malcolm Nance, Family Medicine Physician, Dr. Jen Caudle, Dr. Tashaka Cunningham, a molecular biologist, Kat Stafford. She's a national race and ethnicity reporter for the Associated Press. Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick, who is the president of Howard University, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke from the state of New York, William Spriggs, AFL-CIO economist, Andrea James, Executive Director of the National Council for Incarcerated and Formerly Incarcerated Women and Girls. All right, let's go to Capitol Hill. Congressman Gregory Meeks, Congresswoman Eddie British Johnson of Texas, Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, mental health clinician Jamie Singletary, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Brayboy, as well as Dylan Hayrie, ACLU Justice Division strategist. Dr. Cindy Duke, she is a virologist Publishers. Principal Steve Perry of Capital Prep. Health and Wellness Specialist Dr. Yolandra Hancock. Desmond Meade, President of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. Cliff Albright, who is the co-founder of Black Voters Matter. Michael Harriot with The Root. Mina McWhorter, founder of Love by the Hand. Dr. Julianne Malveaux, economist, president, Emerita Bennett College. Coroner Michael Fowler is the mayor of Atlanta. Keisha Lance Bottoms, mental health therapist Suzette Clark. Justin Gibney, attorney and political strategist, and Bishop Vincent Matthews Jr. Dr. Suzette McKinney, CEO and executive director of the Illinois Medical District. Dr. Leon Madugal, president-elect of the National Medical Association. Jana Bailey, mayor of Moss Point, Mississippi. Mario King. We're going to keep driving this thing to make sure our people are fully aware, safe, protected from coronavirus. You're getting the top medical experts, the top business experts, top political experts, top religious experts, because that's why we do what we do. Unapologetically and unfiltered. Ain't nobody else in the black media space doing what we do. Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.